Good morning. Please get comfortable and ready for this lesson. Make sure you have set up all the required bindings for your controls as described in the mission briefing. To view the mission briefing, press left Alt Bravo. Be advised that the default bindings will appear only in the readback on the right side of the screen. For brevity and clarity, I will not speak them to you. Press fire. Weapon when you are ready to begin. You have entered your Hawk in a cold and dark state. Let's start waking it up. Since the A-10 is a low complexity plane, starting it up is a simple process, and we have some time to add airfield manners to the mix for greater immersion. Turn on electrical power. As soon as we have power, our radios turn on. Since this is a low complexity plane, we don't have to tune the radios. All radios receive all stations automatically. Somewhat unrealistic, but a great help. You will hear some ground and tower chatter in the background. Ignore it unless directed at you. Hawk 1-1. Now test the internal cockpit lights by cycling them twice. Press cockpit illumination twice. We are on a controlled airfield. Usually, we would now request startup permission from the ground or tarmac control. This is not required in DCS, but it is still good practice to do so. Press the communications button. From there, navigate as follows. ATC, then Senaki Kolki, then request startup. Once you have received permission, choose Exit to close the communications menu. Press Fire Weapon when done or to skip. Before we start the engines, we turn on our strobes and navigation lights so other people and vehicles can keep clear of our jet. Press navigation lights. We are now ready to start the engines. In a low complexity plane, starting the engines is a simple affair. First, however, we must ensure both throttles are set to idle. Now, either press engines start, this will start both engines, or press engine left to start, you will then have to also start the right engine.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 1 at 1,200.
Very nice. This is how it's done. Before the right engine starts, a small APU, auxiliary power unit, starts up, which then in turn will start our right engine. We wait until the APU's needles in the lower left engine quarter fall to 0, and the needles for the left engine stabilize as follows. Left turbine RPM at 60%. Left temperature at 550 degrees Celsius. Only then we are ready to start the right engine. We do this as follows. Press engine
Springfield
right
1,
to start.
passing waypoint 2 at
Be
1,600.
careful not to confuse the APU gauges with those of the main turbines. Great. Let's wait until both engines have slowed down.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 3 at 1,600.
Temperature 550 degrees Celsius. Now it's also time to close the canopy. Press canopy. This should close the cockpit and lower the noise level to tolerable. We now set the flaps for takeoff. The A-10A's flaps can have 3 positions: up, maneuver, or landing. We want to set the flaps to maneuver. Unfortunately, this command has a misleading label in DCS A-10A. Press flaps landing position. Note that this will not put the flaps into landing position at 20 degrees, but merely 1 notch below 0 degrees in clean configuration to 7 degrees maneuver, which happens to be exactly what we want. Before we start rolling, we need to turn on the taxi lights so we can see where we are going. In A-10A, our landing lights double as taxi lights when they are tilted downwards. We do that by turning on the landing lights, called gear lights, and set them to the down position.
Springfield
Press
1,
gear lights
passing waypoint
twice.
4 at 1,600.
Again, it's good practice to request permission to taxi. To do so, press communication, then please request taxi to runway. Press weapon fire when ready to continue or to skip this step.
Colkey, Hawk 1-1, request taxi to runway.
Parker 118, Uniform Foxtrot Midway, ground taxi to Yankee, ground solid 31.
Hawk 1-1, Colkey, clear to taxi to runway 9.
The very first thing to do once we get rolling is to check our brakes. Increase thrust slightly, and as soon as you feel that your hog is moving, reduce thrust to idle and stop the aircraft with your wheel brakes.
Ground up 2031 is now ready for taxi. We're air responding.
Up 2031 on the runway 4 right, Tango Yankee, ground solid 31.
All right. I need to
Alright, right, brakes are holding. Release the brakes, set throttles to idle.
31 affirmative.
Now increase throttle slowly until you're moving forward again and roll slowly towards the taxiway at the far end of the tarmac straight ahead of you.
Delta 2031, if you'd like to cut the corner, you can use Papa 31 right in Yankee.
Good. Turn right using rudder, pick up and follow the solid yellow line. Proceed slowly to runway 09er. Be careful not to enter the runway. Stop in front of the runway threshold. It's usually marked with a line, but not at this airfield. Drive slowly and keep an eye out for other
Springfield
ground
1,
traffic.
passing waypoint 5 at 1,600.
Ground, Delta 2031, will we be number 1 for 4 right?
Delta 2031, affirmative, they are doing Kilo is waiting for you.
Infield 1, passing waypoint 1 at 600.
Now hold short off, that means stop before the runway by using wheel
Request
brakes
takeoff.
and request permission to enter the runway. Press weapon fire when you have received clearance to enter the runway.
QFE 29.88.
Midway ground, Oscar current, push back at your discretion.
Good morning, Bullard. 5943, Alpha 2, bridge.
5943 Midway ground, there's a gas gate pushing behind you, reference that traffic, push your discretion.
Okay, well, keep the duck inside and hard main plane.
Before entering the runway, make sure that there are no aircraft on final approach. Then move slowly forward, enter the runway, and roll towards the center line. Turn to a heading of 090 and come to a complete stop using the wheel brakes.
3761 4 right, Echo Kilo, cross right, run right, full short, 331 center.
Able to clear for takeoff.
Sector 3802, continue to 4 right,
Goki, you are cleared for takeoff. Ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.88.
3761, cross 31 center, cross 31 left. Okay, deviation 4 right, you are released to Minneapolis, have a nice flight.
It's time for some final checks. Are there any red lights? Do we have enough fuel? Are both engines running? Are we pointing in the correct direction, 090? Is the canopy closed? Are our flaps set correctly to 7 degrees? As final preparation, set the landing lights to the straight ahead position. Press gear lights twice. This will cycle them off and then to straight ahead. You are now ready to proceed to the next mission.